What's up? How's it going? Hmm. How's it going today? No, I've had it for a while, been trying to get rid of it. Nobody wants a search and rescue knife. They don't want it because that tip isn't sharp. It's for a specific use. I got up early. Went to a funeral today. Well, I'm not putting an edge on that thing. I don't like those curved edges like that. Agreed. I probably shouldn't have bought it. There's a couple people that have it saved on Blade Binge, but you're right on that. I do only need one buyer. Here in about an hour, I'm going to head out, go to the pawn shop, as I do on Saturdays. Weird feeling. So I don't have any planned content for today's stream. I never really do, to be honest. You know, I kind of just start the stream, and wherever it goes, it goes. I will have some new knives tonight. We'll see if anybody is interested. Either the cinnamon sugar one, or s'mores, or brown sugar or s'mores. Yeah, I'm getting a Chavez fixed blade. There was somebody that wanted it, but I don't remember who it is, and they never sent me an email, so I can't sit there and hold things for people when I don't know who it is that I'm holding it for. And then I haven't seen them since, so now we have a problem there. But it's a limited run, one of 250, and the last one that sold for 250, I think. In 24, I believe. Dakota, what's up? We're also getting a Benchmade Arcane in S90V. For some reason, I remember the brown sugar flavor being cheaper, but it probably wasn't. I think the reason we got them was because they were cheaper or they were on sale or something when I was a kid. So that's kind of just what we went with. Yeah, back when I was a kid, though, that wasn't a thing. They had, I think, boxes of 8 packages, and each package had 2 Pop-Tarts in it. Yeah, I swear the brown sugar ones were on sale or something. I don't know. The Arcane is an assisted knife. And if the Arcane's too big, I can probably get my hands on a Benchmade Emissary, which is the smaller version of the same knife. It's been discontinued. I wouldn't say it's rare considering they're not super expensive. Mm. Yeah, it's definitely a weird knife. It's not bad though. And the Emissary is just a smaller version of that knife. KC3, what's up? Welcome back. Not a whole lot. Woke up, got dressed, went straight to a funeral, then got back home, and here we are. And a really shitty way of getting up in the morning, because apparently everybody else was told dressed however you want to, and I wasn't told that. So I looked way overdressed while everybody else is sitting there in a sweatshirt and sweatpants and stuff. I I don't know how you can go to a funeral dressed like that, but I'm not gonna talk too much shit about that. No, I don't have a new Spyderco. I'll have a new Benchmade later today, though. I got my Spy Opera in December. I carried it for a little bit, took it apart, regretted taking it apart, but MagnaCut, what? Well, how much are you willing to pay? Well, I got one for my sister too. Nothing on the table's MagnaCut right now. And the Para 3 I'm playing with is in Maximate. So. You should look it up on eBay and see how much they go for before telling me how much you'd be willing to pay. No, this one's in Damasteel. RWL 34 and PMC 27. So you decided to jump the gun on it, huh? Well, I hope it's everything you want it to be. I've been pretty happy with mine. It's actually I carried my first Sebenza today. You gotta carry the nice shit for special occasions. Damasteel? Damasteel. I'm not looking at available ones, because if they're available, they aren't going to sell at their prices. I look at sold prices. So there's one oh sorry, the other one's the Amicus, I think. Let me filter by sold listings. We've got 200, 250, 220, 175, 185, 190, 300, 275, 250. That was a good deal. 75, 300, 300. No, my spy opera's new. I think I've seen the Slim, but I don't remember what it looks like. So I do need to warn you, it's got aluminum scales, not, it's aluminum. Oh, the Slim is that kind of thin looking one, huh? Like the thin kind of thing. Yeah, my spy opera came in a bundle deal with, I might get a Strider one of these days, but it's not on the list right now. It came with this PM2 and Maximate for 400. If you ever plan on getting a spy opera soon, last night I checked, it was still there. There's one on Blade HQ with another bundle with a Patady's, I think. I haven't looked at any of Spyderco's new shit. Once I saw that button lock knife in 8CR, I was already disappointed. I didn't look at anything else that they came out with. Can't believe it's already been a year. They're upping prices again. Well, would you look at what? Hey, guess who forgot to send me a message saying get in touch with Benchmade? It's too bad they're closed today. No, I remembered when you showed up. Somebody from last night was interested in it, and they were supposed to send me an email, and they never did. Oh, thank you, Casey, for reminding me to bring my sharpening shit. That's unfortunate. I just don't remember anything, so. This one's a Benchmade Loco. I don't check emails. If you can set a delayed message on Messenger, that would work better. I don't check my emails like at all. But yeah. And Chris was interested in that one, so I told him to send me an email. He didn't send me an email. I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt that he just didn't know where my email was. But yeah, if he isn't interested in it after that, then I'm going to sell it to somebody else. Well, if Chris doesn't end up buying the Loco, it's priced at 200. I take payment through Cash App. PayPal screwed me over, and I really haven't gotten through to setting up anything else. It's a lot easier to keep all my money in one place. That'd be smart. I wish the ZT parts department didn't close at 3. It is a large knife, yeah. It carries bigger than it is, too. It's almost the same size as this one, but it carries bigger. When you're holding it, it feels like it's larger. A lot larger. It needs broken in. It's basically brand new, other than it's been dropped once. And you can tell it's been dropped because there's a dent right here on the G10. And some scratching going on. It's still sharp, but that front edge could use resharpening. I just don't know if the next buyer wants it sharpened first or not. Because some people don't. Last one of these I sold, or I saw a sell on eBay that was half serrated, went for $220. It's an S30V. Again, I try my best to beat eBay. It's hard to do. It really is. Because I'd love to just make eBay money, but I'm trying to get 200 out of it. A little over 3.5, I think. Almost 4. 3 7/8 or something. We're talking about this one. Every single one of these things, just about everything that has this lock, has a little bit of blade play. All of my bug outs do. Let me check this real quick. Yeah, this one does. It's a Chavez, and it has that. My Osborne has it. Does the Yonder have it? The Yonder has it. Every single one with this lock is known for having it. It's just the way that the lock works, which is why I hate that lock so much. It's a strong lock, but it introduces too much play in the system, which is probably why I'm going to stop buying them. Does this have it? Manix 2 has it. Does the lightweight have it? Manix 2 lightweight has it. Everything with an Axis style lock will likely have an issue with blade play. Now, some of them, it's minimal, but it's still there, and that's what pisses me off, is that it even exists. That's why you won't see me coming out with a design that uses that lock. I can wrench this thing down right here, and it will still have blade play, even though I can't close it. So I can get this thing as tight as possible. It'll still have blade play, and there's no way of you closing it. Same thing as if it's closed. If it's closed and you wrench it down and you can't open it, it still wiggles. To me, it's a poor design. Randall has it going, and I've got a lot of stuff. Just live streaming before I go to the pawn shop. I'm still debating on getting rid of that one. I don't know if I want to do the research that it takes to get washers made for those. It just has so much blade play for no reason. Like, I understand why it has blade play, and that's the reason I introduced those aftermarket washers to it, to the bug outs. My carbon fiber bug out, I don't think it has any blade play anymore. It does. Yeah, it still does, just not as much as it did from factory. Yeah, KC3, I see you commenting a lot on live streams after they've ended. So if you don't see me respond to you within like 2 minutes, I'm probably not live. So when you asked how much last night, I wasn't live. I had no clue what knife you were talking about. Holy shit. This one doesn't have blade play when it's open. None. I'm going to blame those aftermarket washers on that. not as smooth as it could be, but yeah, there's a little bit of blade play when it comes to it being closed. But when it's open, it doesn't have any. Huge plus right there. I think we've had that conversation before. What are you trying to buy? Because if it's some stuff that I'm trying to get modifications done for, I probably won't be selling it, but there is stuff in the collection that I don't want anymore. It just depends on what you're trying to get. A Spyderco with a frame lock that has blade play? That's weird. I don't think I've ever seen a frame lock with blade play. You tried tightening the pivot on that? On both sides? One side is Loctited, and that side's probably fine. I don't think I've ever seen a bent lock tab before. Oh, your Shaman has blade play? Weird. That would be new. New. Let me put that in a better way. I don't think I've ever seen a frame lock with terrible blade play. Like this one has a little bit because I need to tighten it. But it's not terrible. So I'm going to tighten that real quick. My Sebenza doesn't have any blade play. Looks like I'm not carrying this thing today. Gonna Loctite the shit out of the pivot. And then I gotta let it sit for a while. Sure, but with my blade play test, which I grab it and then I wiggle it back and forth, there's nothing there. You could make it do it, but, you know, in everyday use, it's not going to happen. I just hope my Sebenza's done before my birthday. I've said that a few times, I think. It'd be a great birthday present right there. So Loctite the shit out of the pivot, which I don't usually do, but for something that I know I'm not taking apart anytime soon. If I'm putting enough lateral load on the blade to make it flex, I'm probably going to snap it. Especially when it comes to high hardness steels, like MagnaCut at 63 to 64. Exactly. You should use a pry bar for what pry bars are designed for. A knife is not designed to be a pry bar unless it's designed by Hinderer. So now that thing gets to sit there and dry for a week. Stuff never dries fast enough. Swear I'd be better off using contact cement. Now I gotta sit there and wait. It's the worst part about Loctite. So what am I going to carry today then? You know what? I'll carry that. Keep forgetting I have it because I keep putting it in a pouch and then leaving it there with my PM2. I'm also debating on whether I want to keep those PM2 scales or not. Because they're really heavy. Yeah, that stuff comes off way too easy. But I think the reason why is I never let it sit there for more than a day. So now I gotta try and sit there and forget that I have a ZT that I really enjoy carrying for at least a week. Because I want that shit dry. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and give up on the crossbar lock. Well, it's supposed to dry by having 0 air. The problem is I've tried sticking it in a vacuum sealed bag and it still doesn't dry. You'll let it sit there for 2 days and it's still wet. So at that point, I don't even know what to do other than letting it sit there for a week. Which is exactly why I said a week. I don't want to sit there for a week, but if that's what it takes to let me carry it, then I'm going to have to. This stuff's designed to dry with the absence of air. That's why when you get a bottle of it, it's not full. It's got a shit ton of air in there. That's why. I carried a purple knife the other day. And I enjoyed it too. Well, I might as well get all my sharpening equipment set up so that I'm ready to bring it to the pawn shop. Okay, you can look it up if you want to. I don't mind. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. What do you mean do it? I'm putting stuff away. You can look it up though if you want to. Pen. I thought about it, but I don't have any red Loctite. Shit, I don't even have blue Loctite. That's blue thread lock from Harbor Freight. Oh, super cheap stuff. Because it was $3 instead of, I don't know. I didn't look up how much actual Loctite brand Loctite was. Yeah, I'm sure if I stuck it in a microwave, it'd be done a lot faster. For legal reasons, that was a joke. I don't need somebody in my comments being like, I tried sticking my knife in the microwave and it blew up my microwave. Like, yeah, duh. Pro tip, don't stick knives in microwaves. They don't mix well. I saw that the other day. Today, actually. I don't know what anaerobic means. I know how to pronounce it, no clue what it means. Oh, it reacts with the metal, just like super glue. So what you're saying is I could use super glue and be done right now. Super glue reacts with metal instantly. I figured that out. Should I test that right now? I don't know. I've never tested it. I'm curious if it would work. Well, if I'm going to test it on anything. God damn, what am I running over? If I'm going to test it on anything, I'm testing it on my beater knife. The question is it going to react instantly with the screw? Or am I going to be able to put it in there and then it'll finish? You say that. I touched the super glue against one of my liners on that ZT. To glue the washers to. Holy shit, that got hard fast. No, the liners don't have coating on them. Well, that worked quick. So now we have the question, is it harder to undo it than it was? Yes. Just not much. Literally dollar store super glue. It is as cheap as it gets. The thing is, tuning this thing takes forever, and I don't think that I have enough time. Oh well. It works though. It dries very quickly though. Oh yeah, my spray bottle. That's what other thing I was forgetting. Don't do what? I think he's a couple minutes behind. And right about now is when he's getting to the point where I put super glue in there. All right. I'm going to go ahead and end the stream there so I can head over to the pawn shop, get rid of some stuff so that I can buy that so I can buy the stuff that I need to buy. The new Benchmade and stuff. Yep, so we'll go ahead and end it there. Hopefully you guys have a great rest of your night, day, morning, whatever it is. KC3, when you see this, hopefully you have a great rest of your night, day, morning as well. And we'll see you later.